Good morning this Saturday. Well, I'm in our technical analysis workshop or training session is about to start. My name is Sihlengema. Good morning. Morning, Andre. Morning, Renier. Morning, James. Raymond. Morning, Mtetileli. Hi. Yo, we had 20, I think 27 people registering for the session, but I can only see 6 people. Don't know, guys. Maybe give them maybe another 3 minutes before we start. We'll start now. There's one or two things that I just want to check out. One or two things. Let's think. I'm busy now. Yeah, I think they decided to sleep late, Renier. Guys, let's carry on. Let us start. Okay, let me see. Dylan is not new. James. James, is this your first online session with us, or you've always attended? Because I mean, I think the surname looks familiar, but I mean, can't remember exactly if you have joined me before. James? Oh, you did attend. Okay, okay, no, that's fine. That's fine. Okay. Okay, guys, because it seems like there's no one new. I don't know if you guys have tried analyzing. I mean, sectors. We don't have a lot of information when it comes to sectors on our trading platform, ProTrader. But what I want to try and do today, I want us to look at the Citrix products. Citrix products that we have. In front of me, I have Citrix Resi, Citrix Fin, and Citrix Indie. Just want to check something here. STX. Well, I mean, we'll have a look at Citrix products. I want us to check the Citrix Resi, Citrix Fin, and Citrix Indie. The reason why I want us to look at these sectors, I want us to to check how those sectors are doing, so that maybe you can make a decision whether to buy or sell stocks, and also to compare the performance amongst the constituents of those ETFs. If you see that maybe there are other shares, or well, I mean shares or stocks that are outperforming in those sectors, and stocks that you can actually avoid. We'll apply the same strategy that we apply all the time. Let's say maybe you get a call to buy a bank, or to buy well, I mean some mining stock, like maybe Billiton. You must go and check how Citrix Resi is doing. If you see that maybe Citrix Resi is under pressure, compare it against the stock that has been singled out, and say, no, I'm not going to trade this one, or I'm going to trade this one, because I mean they all look strong. Do I make sense, guys? Do you understand what I'm talking about there? Elizabeth, I think you're going to have a problem. You are using an Android device. Do you have access to my charts or access to my screen? If not, maybe switch to your laptop or your desktop. Raymond, okay, okay, you're still busy typing your message. It's fine. I'll wait. Okay, we only have three. I mean that we're going to look at this morning. We'll look at STX. STX is the code. STXRES. It's Citrix Resi. That's what we call it. It's STXRES. We'll look at. Let's have a look at the monthly, how it looks. Okay, we will. Rainier, please remind me. Well, I mean, this is how the resources sector looks currently. Well, I mean, it looks like it wants to come off a bit. So, if there are any shares that you want to maybe buy in the resources space, I think maybe you should wait a bit and not go in. Why? Why is that? It looks like they have been coming down, and it looks like we are gonna come down even more. I know that we haven't finished the month yet. This is the monthly chart. At the end of March, I expect to see maybe these shares maybe trading a little bit lower. So this is okay. Now let's go and have a look at the weekly to see if there's anything that we can get. This is the resources sector. I think it's going to be under a little bit of pressure going forward. Check the weekly is below our moving average, and this horizontal line around 36.48 is our resistance. So it looks like we are going to be coming down a bit. Okay, guys, please hold on for me. Let me just switch this thing off. It looks like we're going to be coming off a bit down to those levels. We will go and check a stock in the same space. We'll look at AGL or Billiton. I don't know which one you guys would like just to check. Let's have a look at AGL. I want us to. Oh, we can just overlay it. There's something called an overlay. You right click on the window here, and you go to overlays, say add overlay. Sorry about that, guys. You go to overlay, you put, let's put the AGL. Oh, okay. Yeah, let me see if we cannot. Okay, we've just done the overlay of AGL. We've just overlaid AGL over the Citrix, Resi ETF, the sector there. We can see that AGL has been outperforming the sector by a huge margin, because you see that the sector from from around the middle of January, it started declining. AGL also declined, but it declined less than the sector itself, and it picked up. Right now, it's trading around 284, and the sector is way down here. You can just use this maybe if you want to do some comparisons and check which stocks are doing maybe better than their ETF, which ones are stronger. If you really want to maybe go into those sectors, let's quickly go check Citrix Spin. That is another sector that, sorry, that is another ETF that you can check if you want to see what's going on in financials. Let's say maybe you want to buy banks, you want to buy insurance companies. You can always go in there to check whether it's looking positive or not. We're trading above our moving average on the weekly on this one, and again on the monthly we're trading above our moving average. We're going to put a horizontal line there around this resistance that we had here. The sector has actually broken out. I expect to see more upside in the financials, more especially if we stay above that 18 marked area there in resources. So, sorry, in financials. So I think financials are definitely going to do well. Banks, insurance companies, I think they are going to do very well going forward because of this break that we see there. So maybe this is the sector where you can really go in if you want to look for opportunities in this market. Let's look at Citrix Indie. This picture worries me. Citrix Indie. This is where we have British American Tobacco, we have CFR, we have MTN, Remgro, and Naspers. This is the sector where we have those companies. If you look at it, last month in October, it closed below its moving average, and it was down 3.76%. And month to date, we are down 1.5%. So there is a lot of pressure going on here for a stock like sorry for this ETF. This is the main reason why the JSE or the top 40 or the JSE OZ has been underperforming or has been declining, is because of this sector. There is a lot of pressure here. I expect prices to decline going forward. I'm looking at maybe You see this range that I've just drawn here on this on Citrix Indie. I'm expecting the price maybe to come down to 73 levels from where it's trading. I expect prices to come down to 73 levels. From there, I think we're going to have a bit of an uptick. So, if you are looking at Naspers, I think Naspers is not doing very well right now, and it's going down together with the Citrix in the sector. Other stocks that I'm not happy about, it's MTN right now. I was looking at it again this morning. It's not looking good. CFR not looking good. BTI, I think it's about to turn around and start going up. We'll have a look at it and explain a bit about it. Guys, I'm having a problem trying to explain this to you. This sector analysis. But I mean, those are the three that we're going to look at this morning: the Citrix Indie, the Citrix FI, and the Citrix Resi. We look at that if you want to see which sectors are doing well. Like this Citrix IND sector, I think is not doing well. You can do this also on CFDs. You can short it if you like. It's looking good to me. I think from 75, 76 it's going to come down to 73. I don't know how big that is as a percentage. I haven't worked it out, but I think it's a there's an opportunity there. Is there anything that you guys would like to suggest we look at? Is there anything that you want us to focus more on before I show you whatever that I think is looking good today? I'm looking at I'm looking at Sasol, and I'm looking at MTN also. Is there anything, guys, that you'd like to suggest? Please, if you have any suggestions, please suggest something. Oh, okay, that's fine. Oh, she's there now. Yeah, mining is Citrix STX RES, Nicolene, Citrix Resi. That's the one. We've just looked at it. I don't know whether we looked at it before you joined the webinar. You see, it's been under pressure on a daily time frame. It went negative. When was this? It went negative on the 23rd of January, and it's been declining since. And sorry, and the monthly chart, like I said, it looks like the prices in mining stocks are still going to come off. In resources, I think the prices are still going to come off. So that's what I think is happening there. uh maybe let's go back to the daily. Let's go back to the daily. You see on the daily chart, it looks like we supported around 35.40 on the Citrix Resi. I was looking at Bulletin also. Bulletin has a picture that is almost similar to this one, because I mean they're in one sector. But I mean, if we get any daily close below 35.40 or 35, the prices could decline back to 30 bucks, 31. That's where maybe you can look to buy maybe some Citrix RES or Resi, or some RES products. I mean, around those 30s, 31 30 levels. Maybe around there you can go in and maybe start buying your bulletins, your AGLs. But I mean, the decline is not is not full blown yet, because I mean we're still trading above 35, 40, 35 on Citrix Resi, so we can just keep maybe I mean an eye on resources. When we start seeing maybe the price breaking above the moving average on Citrix Resi, maybe that would be the time to go in and start buying companies like your Billiton, Anglo American, AMS, and all those companies. You can just look at this instead of maybe going to check companies individually. Okay. Okay, let's have a look at, okay, you've added the 30-day moving average to the 10. It seems like it's moving into, okay, I don't know if I should hang in. Are you long the GBP USD? I don't know what call was made there, but I mean, let's go have a look at it. GBP USD. Okay, why don't I just move this line? Let me move this line down here. Okay. We don't have one that is on wholesalers and retail stocks specifically. But I mean, you can use STX IND for that. You can use the Citrix Indie one. It's not specific, but I mean, yeah, you can use it. Okay, Renir, let's first start off by stating that the pound against the US dollar is in a positive trend. It's rising. It's in a rising trend. But I mean, last month we had a negative month. We're down 3.4%. So we expect a little bit of a follow through to happen. We do not really expect the price of the pound against the US dollar to remain under pressure for a very long time. We feel that maybe at some point we're going to see maybe the British pound picking up a bit. But I mean, the issue here is the yields in the States. The talk of the Fed hiking interest rates going forward is what is really fueling the US dollar strength a bit at this time. So I think this is not a bad call. You can see the monthly is positive, but I mean this was an aggressive trade, the trade that I wouldn't normally take. But I mean, let's check on the daily. Let's check what's going on here. Let's try and understand these levels here. Let's go back to the line chart. You see, we have our support around here. We had our support. This is now our resistance. Where I've got my cursor there. The price is broken below that area, and this area here, that area is a turning point. We broke below that area. We are trading below that area. The price went up and it failed to close above this line here. So I still feel that the price is still going to come down. If that doesn't happen, I need to see the price close the price of the British pound US dollar closing above 138. If we get a close above 138, I think we can close our shorts there on the US dollar. Let me check the message that was sent out. I just want to check it. I want to see where we're supposed to sell this one. 1st of March. Okay, we said 38. Okay, we're supposed to sell at 138. Yeah, we got 138. If you put in the limit on this one, the GBP USD, you got it, and I think it's still looking okay. You're still making a bit of money. You're still making a bit of money. We are under pressure there. Access to come down maybe to 137,600 at some point. I do not really think that this currency pair is going to strengthen. Mm-mm. Around this area where we are, around 138, I think there is a strong sell orders lying around there. So I think the stock is going to come down. At what price did you buy this one, Renier? You're supposed to be we are supposed to be in the money. Are you not in the money, Renier? Yeah, that's the problem, Renier. You should have waited for that 138. That's the problem, but it's fine. Just hang in there. But I mean, 138 was the level. I see Nicolene is trying to throw me under the bus here. What's happening, Nicolene? What is this question, huh? Okay. Yeah, just hang in there. I think this trade is going to play out because I mean we had a couple of things that we looked at. You see, there's a rising trend line here. Let me remove this one. There is a rising trend line. This trend line. Well, I mean, while this thing was sorry, the pound was going up against the US dollar, we broke below that rising trend line, and right now we are just below it. We are testing it. I want to see the price breaking below that 137,500. As soon as we see that, as soon as that happens, I think the price will definitely go down to 136. But like I said, any daily close above 138 is going to invalidate the sell setup that we currently see on the British pound. Any close above 1.38 is going to invalidate everything. Okay, now let me go back and maybe Nicolene to address your question there. You're saying you're asking the group, did anyone trade CFDs using QT tips this week? If so, was anyone successful with it, and on what companies? Most companies that we looked at, we did not agree on some of them during our webinar sessions, like BVT. BVT was supposed to be bought a little bit lower, I think around 320. I think is it 320? Let me check. Yeah, BVT was supposed to go in on BVT around 220. and we went in at a much higher price. That is the reason why the people, most of our people lost money there on BVT. I think 220 is a good level there for me, and a couple of other companies. I wasn't really too happy when I looked at them. But I mean, those guys that joined the webinars, they know. They know what we said about those. Okay, guys, let's try and look at FFB. FFB by Raymond. Okay. Raymond, we don't have enough data here, but I mean, this is negative. It's not looking positive. The first month this was negative was end of Jan, and okay, this was end of January. This is a monthly time frame. If you had gone in at the end of Jan, you could have made yourself a nice 45% on the stock in Feb, because it declined 45.6%, and month to date is down almost 5%. It's down 4.87%. Let's check the weekly. Sure, Raymond. Yeah, this one looks like it's still going down. I don't know if it's shortable or not. Another thing is that it's trading below its moving average. Moving average. It's been like that since the beginning of the year. So it looks like it's still shortable. But the problem is that we do not have enough data. You just have to watch out for your moving average crossover. If you get maybe a positive cross above the moving average, maybe that's when the prices are going to start climbing on this stock. But yeah, maybe if you want to try and take a shot here, you can try and take a shot. What was your thinking here, Raymond? And from there, we're going to check SUI. Okay, we'll check these, and we'll look at the levels. And I expect you guys to know this now, because I mean, okay, SUI. We have some overhead resistance here on SUI around 70 bucks, 68 on the monthly chart. Well, I mean, although we've crossed above the monthly moving average, and we're trading above there, but I mean, there is some serious overhead resistance that we have around 68, 70 rand levels. You see, you can clearly see that on a daily chart. You see, when the price got here, there were sellers waiting here with their sell orders, waiting to push the stock down, and the stock came off a bit. So I expect SUI to struggle a bit below 60, 69, 70 bucks. I expect it to struggle a bit there. Okay, let's check here. Try and mark this turning point. Okay, I expect it to struggle, but I mean around 64 or 63.98. I think that's where our current support lies at the moment. Any daily break below 64, we can see the stock coming back down to 61, 60 bucks levels. I would want to maybe buy around 60, 61. If SUI comes down to 60, 61, I would look to buy some there around 61, 60 bucks. I think that's a very good level if you want to get involved maybe in SUI. You guys can just mark that level and make sure that when SUI one day trades around 60, 61, around there you can look to buy. But I mean, it's important that you maybe wait for the confirmation to come through, or you can maybe use your hourly time frame to decide whether you jump in or not. Because I mean, around those levels, if the hourly time frame crosses above the moving average, you can just jump in, like here. Can make this bigger. Like here, this was in Feb, around the 7th, when the price hit that 60, 61 area. It broke above the moving average. The moving average had been trading above had been moving above the price, and here the price, changed direction. It closed above the moving average on an hourly time frame, and the price started rising again. So I think maybe you can do that maybe as a strategy. Once the market is at some serious support level that you like, you check your hourly time frame. If your hourly close is above your 10 simple moving average, you can just go in and buy that stock, because I mean it's around your support area. But you must make sure that you use a reasonable stop loss level to trade. Let me see who wanted to know that. Andre, are you okay with that one? With the 60, 61 level I'm talking about? That's where I think we can buy. That's where I think we can buy some SUIs there. Okay, let me check what you're talking about, Andre. One, two. Andre, I'm not too sure about the wedge. I'm not too sure about the wedge, because I mean we haven't. I'm not too sure about that. Huh? I'm not too sure about the wedge. To me, at the moment, it seems like we are range bound. We are trading between 69 and 60. I mean, let's just wait for the break below 64. If we get a break below 64, I think the prices will come back down to 60, 61. 60, 61. That's the area where I think that one can go in and buy this one. I cannot really see any wedge there. I cannot see it. I cannot see it. I cannot see it. I cannot see it. No, I'm not doing. No, I cannot see any wedge, Andre. I think we should just wait for 60, 61. Around there, we can actually. Well, I mean, a wedge is a pattern that you get on a chart. Well, it's a pattern that you get on a chart. I will try and see if I cannot get one as we do our analysis. Oh, Raymond, what are you referring to? I see that you're saying that it has dropped a lot, so I think it will turn up one day. Which stock are you talking about? Are you talking about the double FB that we looked at? Yeah, the stock is not looking good. It's not looking good. I mean, I can't. I wouldn't buy it. I wouldn't buy it. If I was involved already, I would think of I would think of maybe exiting that, of dropping it. Okay, let's quickly have a look at SLM. Nicolene mentioned SLM. We spoke about SLM a few days ago. I think Mtetilili was there. Andre was there. I don't know about Nicolene. Raymond was there. Rainier was there. Guys, you remember we spoke about this one. We said as long as it is above 90, Sanlam is a buy, and if you check it, yesterday it was up almost 4%. It came very close to our thick rising line here, and it started picking up. I think the problem with Sanlam there, guys, I think it was the stop loss. The stop loss wasn't actually, I think it wasn't at the right place, because I mean the stop loss had to be out of the way. It had to be beyond this horizontal line here. It had to be a little bit lower, and it was tight. This was actually not a bad call, because I expect the price of Sanlam to pick up over the next couple of days. Another thing that maybe you should have checked. Okay, guys, before I explain that, this is what I was talking about. We have our support here around 90.30, and we have our rising trend line here. The price came down here, it went up, up, and it closed above the moving average on the hourly time frame. That was at around 12 yesterday, and the price started rising from there. That is what I was talking about. That maybe you should wait for your hourly time frame to close above the moving average around its support, or some serious trend line. So this is what I was referring to. Another thing that you need to look at, guys, I've told you this a couple of times, that if your hourly time frame is saying, sorry, your daily time frame is saying down, and you go to your hourly time frame and the price is still trading below, or below the moving average on the hourly time frame, it doesn't make sense for you to go in and buy that stock, because it shows that there is some serious bearish momentum. Your daily is saying down. Okay, let's go back to the daily. You see, the daily is set down. The market is down. In fact, it closed below the moving average on the 26th of Feb. It was below. The following day, 27th, it was below, and the 28th again, it was below. So it was saying sell. The monthly I know is saying positive. You can buy, but now go to your hourly chart. Hourly chart is below from the 19th, below, price is trading below, until it got here, and here it went above your moving average. This was the right time maybe to go in and buy based on the hourly moving average. I don't know, guys, does it make sense? Do it make sense to you? Do you understand what I'm trying to explain here? Okay, Rainier, we'll have a look at CPI. Okay, so that's what we looked at. We looked at on SLM, SGL. I touched on it again yesterday. That I'm not entirely happy about it, but I mean, it looks like it could still bounce up a bit. Exaro. We spoke about Exaro. We said that we're expecting Exaro to come down to I think, is it 125? Yeah, 125. 125, 120, 115. Those are the levels I'm looking at. Well, I mean, yesterday we got to 125. We hit 125. The next level I'm hoping for is 120. And after 120, I'm looking at maybe 115. It may still come down to 115. You remember when we looked at our Citrix Resi, we said that the Citrix Resi is looking negative. So if the Citrix Resi is looking negative, most of those guys in that sector are going to be under pressure, and that includes Exaro. What else? MMI, we looked at MMI. We said that MMI was going to come down to about, what is it, $20? I don't know. I think my lines are still here. Okay, my lines are there. Well, I mean, this was our first support here on MMI. Our first support on MMI. This is an hourly chart. First support on MMI. It hit that. It bounced off and it moved higher. So I don't know whether we are going to be coming down to test 2121 or 2120. I don't know, but I mean, where is trading right now around 2165? I think is not a bad entry if you want to take a long on this one. But I mean, you must make sure that every time when you get a trade idea, guys, check your hourly moving average, just that 10 simple moving average. If the price is trading below the 10 simple moving average, uh, maybe you shouldn't take the trade until you see the price closing above, like here. We said we like this level here, 2165, in the webinar, I mean, training that we had, or session that we had, and the price hit here and it went up. It was around 10 in the morning, and it went up. It was above the moving average. The price started picking up. Well, I mean, below, I would say below 130. Below 130 or around closer to 130, it's not a bad idea to go short on Exaro. Around 130, 129, I think, yeah, you can go short. I agree with you there, Nicole. Okay, let's have a look at CPI. First thing, we are trading below our moving average. We have our we closed below our moving average. That was in January, yeah, January 2018, and the prices haven't declined a lot since then. We had a positive close in Feb. We're up 4.3%, and month to date we are up 1.3. Well, I mean, I see 902 as our big resistance currently, because I mean it's very close to our moving average. Our moving average is sitting at 895.62, and our resistance line is at 902.65. So that area is very important. That is if the price breaks above 860. I think 860 is massive resistance on a CPI. Around 860, CPI I think is looks like a short at the moment. Although we had a positive month last month, it looks like a short around 860. Let's check what the daily is saying before I get ahead of myself here. Okay, let's check. Well, I think 860 is a serious level to look at on CPI. The price hit that area on Friday yesterday. That was 860.96, and sellers came in. They closed at 851 from 861. So there was a 10 rand movement there. So I think 859, 860 is an important area to look at when you're looking at CPI. Well, I mean, traded up. It closed above the moving average, but I'm not really happy about that. I think 860 is still a short here. You can short it maybe back to 800 if you can afford to do that. Otherwise, if it picks up, I'm looking at 900, 902. Around 900, 902 is the level where you can maybe take a shot if you get the confirmation. Any daily close above 860 could see this stock picking up and going back to that 900, 902 area I'm talking about. Well, I mean, it's very difficult to say whether we are going to continue seeing CPI or Capitec going down going forward. Because I mean, the main reason why CPI is down like this is because of the Viceroy report that came out. I don't know if investors have done more research on on CPI and found maybe more facts backing up the claims that were made by the Viceroy guys. Because I mean, if you look at the weekly chart, the line chart that I have here, we have this rising trend line that I've just drawn here. You see the blue one. Let me try and make it thicker. You see this rising blue line. It hasn't closed a week below that rising trend line. So it looks like it's well supported where it's at the moment. Would need to see a break below that rising trend line there. So the level I'm looking at is 800. If we can get well, I mean, a weekly close below, let's call it maybe 830. If we can get a weekly close below 830, then we can expect maybe some further weakness on CPI at those levels. But I mean, if you look at the daily, let's just get a better view here. If you look at this, we have our rising line here. We have this support around 800, and we had this positive close to the week yeah, around the 19th. We had a positive close. The market was up 5.8%, 5.68% after bouncing off this rising trend line here. And the next day, the next week, we came back down to test the trend line, and we are still above that rising trend line, although we are trading below our moving average there. Another thing to look at also is that Citrix fin, the Citrix fin picture. Financials are looking positive. Financials are looking very strong. So it is possible that I mean, some investors are going to see value in Capitec around these levels and push the price higher. So I'm not completely against the longs on CPI, but I want to see some serious levels being respected here for me to consider maybe going long, like that 860. If we can get maybe a weekly close next week above 860, maybe I can consider maybe going long around 861, 862, keeping my stop below that rising trend line that we have there, eyeing maybe 900. If we take out 900, 902, then there's a good chance that we may climb higher to 1100 again on CPI. Okay. This is the trend line, the full trend line that I'm talking about there. That maybe one had to draw. We have 2 points connecting already. If we don't count this one, if we don't count this one, we'll start counting here. This is our first point. Second point that has been touched, and it looks like it's bouncing up. Let's just keep an eye on it. There's a good chance that we could go back to 1,100 on this one if I look at it on a weekly chart. Okay. Raymond is saying. Okay, Raymond. Okay, this is what I always say. Check your monthly trend. Are you trading above or below your moving average? If you're above your moving average, it means there is some bullish momentum going on. Check your daily. Is your daily above or below? If you get your daily trading above your moving average, you go in and buy that. But please make sure that you understand or you know exactly where your support and resistance levels are, because it doesn't make sense buying just because the moving average is below the price if your resistance is nearby. Because the market is going to hit resistance before it crosses below your moving average. You're losing money already, because you bought at resistance. It's important that you guard against that. Another thing that you look at, check your hourly. Is your hourly saying buy? If your hourly is also saying buy, or it's just maybe it hit support, it has hit support, yeah, around that support area and starts closing above the moving average, you can go in and buy. Or if you're trading above the moving average, you can just go in and buy. Make sure that you are not against your hourly also, if you want to see trades that become profitable instantly. Otherwise, it's going to take a very long time before your trade becomes profitable. You're going to be under a lot of pressure for a very long time, and you don't want that. When you go into a trade, you want to start you want your profits to start showing almost immediately. Okay, we can have a look at Sasol, but the problem that I have with Sasol is is that Sasol sure is under a lot of pressure. In fact, Sasol and MTN, I think there is a very close correlation between the two, because MTN has a lot of business in Nigeria. MTN has a lot of business in Nigeria, and Nigeria depends a lot on Brent crude oil. When the Brent crude oil price is under pressure, MTN takes a knock. The price of MTN takes a knock. I think it's been dropping since 2014. Most of it was due to the price of oil, because of their involvement in Nigeria. So if Nigeria is not doing well, MTN tends not to do well because of the Brent crude oil. Sasol also has a problem. When energy prices are under pressure globally, Sasol is also going to take a knock. They're going to feel the pinch. If you want to check Sasol, there is an ETF that you can look at. That ETF is on investing.com. If you go on to investing.com, you can find this ETF. It's called XLE. It's called XLE. It's called XLE. Let me try and see if I cannot get it here for you guys. I just want to show you what's going on MTN. On this XLE thing I'm talking about. XLE. We are still gonna go back to its energy select sector SPDR or Spider. You pick it there. Go to your technical. I want to open that picture. Okay, this is the picture of this XLE ETF. You see, in the end of Feb, we closed below our moving average, and currently it looks like the market is trying to play sideways there. So if XLE is below the moving average on the monthly time frame, I think there's a good chance that is going to come down to 62 from 67 levels where it's traded. When that happens, I think the price of Sasol is also going to take a knock there. The price of Sasol is going to take a knock. We are trading below the moving average on the daily. We are coming down. So there's also another negative sign. What I want to do here, I want to try and compare the price of Sasol to this XLE ETF. I'll do an overlay of Sasol. This one is Sasol, where I have my cursor on, the one above the line chart. You see, when this XLE went below its moving average on the 29th of January, the price of Sasol also started going down. I don't know, maybe you can check from your systems or from your trading platforms, or after this trading session, you can just go and check what happened on Sasol around the 29th or the 1st of January, somewhere around there. Just check what happened to Sasol. The price started going down. So as long as the price of the XLE is under pressure, I think Sasol will still remain. Under a lot of pressure. Let's try and go back maybe a couple of. So you see, every time this XLE goes down, Sasol goes down. So I'm not really happy about Sasol at the moment. But I mean, let's have a look at it. I'm happy with the fact that it's above its monthly moving average, but I'm not entirely happy with the picture that I see on that XLE. Okay, last month we had a negative month and we're down what? We're down 2.42%, and this month we are down 1.5%. Okay, let's try and get our support levels there. We've done this a couple of times already, so it should not be a very big problem for us to get those levels. Well, I mean, we are above our moving average still, but I think that there is a good chance that the price of Sasol can come down to maybe 388, 390. If 388, 390 doesn't hold, I think we'll come back down to 360. We spoke about that a couple of days ago about that scenario. It looks like around 430, 440, there is a lot of selling pressure that comes through every time the price goes to those levels. I think there's a lot of pressure around there. So I expect maybe the price of Sasol to be under a bit of pressure for the next couple of days here. So I do not really think that we are going to. I do not really think that we are going to see the price of the Sasol picking up anytime soon and giving us some meaningful move above 440. 440, 450 levels. Those are the levels where I think the price of Sasol is kept at the moment. Oh yeah, 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 Raymond. Yeah, you can do that. Even on I'll tell you now. Even on Pro Trader, you can just go to overlays, add. We can put MTN there. Put MTN. Let's see if we can. You can choose any color you want for your line. If you want to make it black, you can make it black. And like I said to you, if you look at this, you see that there is a very strong correlation between MTN and Sasol. Uh, when Sasol was going up, Sasol was also going up. Now that Sasol is starting to slow down and come off, MTN is also coming down. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I mean you can do that maybe in your spare time to try and compare maybe both MTN and Sasol. That's mainly because MTN is involved in Nigeria. They have a lot of business there. So if the oil price it gets under pressure, they feel the pinch, like I said earlier. So MTN is not just a telecommunications stock. It has something to do with oil as well. They are not investing in oil, but the country where they invest in has a lot of has a lot of dependence on oil. Guys, do you have any questions? Is there anything that you'd like to ask? Is there anything that you'd want me to maybe touch on again? Please please ask. Guys, today is Saturday. I don't know. Maybe I don't have a lot of energy. I don't know what's going on. uh, I'm waiting for Nicolene. She's still busy typing her message there. I'll wait for her. Well, yeah, you can do that, but also if you want to, if you don't want to go through, I mean, hundreds or a number of shares, you can just go to maybe Citrix Fin or Citrix Res or Citrix IND. Check what that Citrix is, what that does, what those Citrix products are doing. If maybe Citrix Fin maybe has just crossed above its moving average, maybe at the end of that specific day. Maybe you can use that as an opportunity, maybe to go into banking stocks or some financials to buy there. Yeah, that's right. All three have to be above their moving averages. But I mean, sometimes it happens that your daily. Let me give you an example here. Let's say your daily is trading below its moving average. Your daily is trading below its moving average, but it's coming very close to its support. Once it's at support, it's at your support line, you must use your hourly to decide whether you are going to go in and buy that support area or not. If you get an hourly close above your moving average around your support area, even if your daily is saying sell, you can go in there and take the trade as long as the monthly is looking positive. If the monthly is above, your daily is below, but the price is now trading at support, you can use the hourly to decide to go in and buy. I don't know if I make sense there, but I mean, I think it's very clear. It gets to support, you go in, it closes above the moving average, and you buy that stock. Even if your daily is still saying down, you can use the hourly if it's at support. Yes, Nicolene. I like the way that we are breaking it down. That's a nice breakdown there that you've just given us there. Use the trend lines to determine pressure areas, rising and falling trends. Yes, you use that. That's how you do it. If you follow that, you will be able to make some interesting trades going forward. But I mean, the main thing that you need to look at, you need to look at your support and resistance, guys. That is very important. That is why sometimes you lose money or you jump into trades too early, because I mean, you don't look at that. Support and resistance lines are very important. Uh, Look at that, compare that, bunch that together with your moving averages, you will make money. It's as easy as that. Hey, you're welcome, Nicolene. Paul, you joined us very late. You joined us very late. Did you understand what we're talking about? Do you have any question? Are you confused? Rainier, you are good. Oh, okay. No, that's fine. Yes, good morning, Paul. Okay, no, that's fine, Paul. But I mean, the question is, did you understand? Are you confused? Do you have any questions to ask? Oh, okay. No, that's cool, Paul. I'm happy if you understand your support and resistance. This is where the price closed on Friday. It's marking your Nicolene is marking your your SMA and your price last close on Friday. Last close was 402.95. Hey, guys, please hold for me. Sorry about that, guys. I just had to quickly run to my boss here to talk to him, because I mean next week I'm not there from Monday until for the whole week. I mean starting from Monday I'm not there. I'll only be back I think on think it is the 12th, the following Monday. I'm not going to be there next week. I don't know how they're going to do this one, whether we're going to have webinars or not. I'm really not too sure. But I mean, we'll see how we do it. I'm going to be off for the whole week. Nicolene, are you happy with what I've just told you there? That thick blue line there marks your moving average, or sorry, your simple moving average, which is 401.31, and your closing price on Friday, which is 402.95. That's what it does. No, I'm going to. No, guys, I'll go to Devon. I'm not going to Mauritius, unfortunately. Uh, the simple moving average is the line that we look at, the MA, the moving average. The MA, Nicolene. This line that we have here, this red line, the full name is the simple moving average, the SMA. Yes, that's the SMA I'm talking about. It shows on the side here. If you check your price on your chart, the red one below, the red one here, you see where it's turned blue now. This red one here is your moving average, and that 402.95 is your closing price. It shows that the moving average is below and the price is above. Let's go to maybe an hourly chart. Okay, hourly chart, the moving average is below. It's highlighted in red. It's 402.22, and the price again is above. Are you happy, Nicolene? Still confused. What's confusing you there, Nicolene? You understand the red line but not the blue. No, just ignore the blue. Don't worry about it. It's just useless, Nicole. It's nothing. It's just showing you where the price closed. Yeah, yeah, it doesn't mean anything. Guys, do you have any questions? Otherwise, if you don't have any more questions, I will wrap it up here, and we shall meet on the 10th. You're welcome, guys, and thank you very much for your support. I hope that you are going to make some serious money while I'm gone. When I come back, you're going to give me some beautiful stories. You're welcome. You're welcome. I mean, guys, you're welcome. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. Bye bye.